Just wanted to do a quick video about wishful thinking. What happens is when you have wishful thinking, you tend to attempt to seek answers from strangers, like example, YouTube videos, in the hopes that they can provide you with some sort of guidance or direction, solutions, instructions, support. Perhaps it's a coping mechanism because you're not strong enough to handle these things on your own. You don't open the channels to the divine, so therefore you're cutting off the cosmos telepathically from sending you information, guidance, direction, support from the universe through your heart to your soul, through your precognitive intuitive self. So therefore you search outside yourself for these things because you're plugged into something that is not of the higher self, only of the body. Remember, the mind is loyal to the system, the soul is loyal to God. So therein lies the inherent dilemma why you always suffer conflict that arises within you, because it is this continuous tug of war, this continuous push-pull, because you're taking your cosmic synergy, which is like an orb of energy, and you're placing it in the mind where it doesn't belong. So you're actually plugging into this, and this becomes your life and the reality and all of these things. And that's where you start paralyzing yourself with fear. So you have wishful thinking. You look for answers on YouTube at videos of hopefully some semblance of something to rectify it or bring, some sort of like answers to it, or to just to provide a voice, some sort of insight, just to give you relief, reprieve, some form of respite from your weary mind. And what happens is when you seek answers from these multiple sources, these are conflicting answers. And this just is, it's only going to serve to cause chaos, because then you're going to become discouraged because your wishful thinking is causing you to gravitate to these things. And it's just multiple conflicting answers. And then you're just going to become discouraged. And, you're not going to want to rely on these things anymore, and it just causes you to go right back to yourself, and the whole cycle repeats itself. You're going to get angry, lower your vibration, and so on and so forth. I speak from experience. It's happened to me one too many times, especially these days with the agendas that they've got going on, to make everybody homeless and dependent on the state and all of that stuff. So, we live in pretty crazy times right now, especially you can feel the energy in the air. Like I've said before, it's a lot of crazy stuff they're doing. It isn't Mars retrograde and Saturn in conjunct, and it's nothing to do with that. This is a continuous bombardment of microwaves and whatever else they're doing. You can literally feel the energy in the air is palpable. It's visceral. It's surreal. You can literally thump it. It's so heavy. Everybody's picking up on it. You feel fatigued, tired, not yourself, out of sorts. You know, just nothing is familiar, uncharacteristically not yourself, that type of thing. Everybody's feeling it, by the way. It isn't just you. So when you have these high hopes and these wishful thinking and so on, you look to all these people for these messages, and then they're going to say, okay, the universe wants you to do this. And then you go to another one, and it's like ping pong, and you're like, your head's going to be like a blender. And then you get frustrated and you start to be mad at yourself and angry with why you found yourself in this place at all, looking for answers when you could be providing them yourself. So, the only thing I do is I don't do this stuff because it's very addicting after a while. It's like a coping mechanism. It feels good in the moment, but it's not really providing you anything of substance, because these people have so many issues in their own life. And then when they come on YouTube, they're like, hi, I have a message for you, like pretending to be like they've got their act together when their whole life is falling apart behind the scenes. So you have to be careful, because that energy is funneling through those messages to you and you're absorbing it. And then you become that energy. And if you keep doing this continuously, you're going to pick up so much extraneous energy from external sources. Your life is going to just be a disaster, emotionally speaking, and just serving only to disconnect you from your internal source even that much farther. So just look inside yourself, man. Open up your intuitive self, your precognitive intuition, because you receive these messages telepathically from the divine. And in that pristine state, nothing is lost in translation. And you don't have to search outside yourself for all of these answers from these people who don't even have the answers for their own lives, because they're just basically emotional, wrecks. But they just put on a facade in front of the video, making people think, yeah, I've got my life together, when they don't. So just be cautious.